A very good afternoon to all our viewers. You're joining me live and direct from the Newsfirst studios here in Colombo on this Thursday afternoon, which is the 25th of September. I'm Joel Outskoon. Let's first take a look at your headline-making stories for this afternoon. President Mahinda Rajapaksa, addressing the 69th United Nations General Assembly, says that human rights is being used as a tool to implement motivated agendas. The JVP says that the fight has begun to win over the rights of the working class. The third meeting of cultural ministers of SAARC countries commences in India. In your top story this afternoon, the general debate on the 69th United Nations General Assembly commenced yesterday. President Mahinda Rajapaksa, addressing the General Assembly, stated that human rights is being used as a tool to implement motivated agendas.
It is a great honor to welcome you to this renovated...
UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon addressed the general debate today. The General Secretary's speech was followed by that of the General Assembly's President of the 69th session, Sam Kamara Kutesa. President Rajapaksa addressed the gathering earlier this morning.
Me and my country, Uganda, serve as president too.
Because what you see...
Human rights are used as a tool to implement motivated agendas. With no understanding or appreciation of the complexity of issues in the countries concerned, human rights should be recognized by all as a moral and ethical concept rather than a political tool. External intervention without adequate consideration of the structures in a society and cultural traditions of the countries. Where such intervention take place, inevitably results in destabilization, which is very much in evidence today in most parts of the world, whose conflict Sri Lanka has also become an unfortunate victim of ill-conceived agendas of some in the Human Rights Council, who pays scant regard to the substantial progress achieved by Sri Lanka in reconstruction, rehabilitation and reconciliation within a short span of 5 years. There is an obvious lack of balance and proportion in the manner in which my country is being targeted today. Disregarding these significant achievements, this is in sharp contrast with the approach to deeply disturbing situations involving humanitarian emergencies elsewhere. Mr. President, we continue on a deeply satisfying and a transformative journey in the interest of all the people of Sri Lanka. In carrying out this task, we work in accordance with our traditional foreign policy of friendship towards all and enmity towards none. We hope that the international community too will reciprocate and assist Sri Lanka in a domestic process of reconciliation and economic development without exerting undue pressure on us.
In more local news this afternoon, JVP Western Provincial Councillor K.D. Lalkanta says that the time has come to launch the battle to secure the rights of the working class. He made the statement at a ceremony held at the auditorium of the Public Library in Colombo.
අපි දැන් මේ සූදානම් වෙන්නේ බලයෙන් ආණ්ඩුවත් එක්ක ගේමකට එහෙම නැත්නම් සටනකට.
There is nothing to hide. We are preparing for a battle with the incumbent government. We have already begun this at a theoretical level. There are demands being made by our trade unions and other trade unions at national level. We need to make these demands the common demands of the general public. The battle for votes is temporarily over. Our next battle is to secure the rights of the working class. This is what we are launching now. We are calling on the government to deal with us. One of the demands is to include all allowances being paid into the basic salary. The next demand is a 10,000 rupee increment in line with the cost of living which has increased. We also call on the government to increase the wages of private sector workers by creating laws and implementing them.
නීති හදලා පනත සම්මත කරලා ඒ අනුව පෞද්ගලිකාංශ සේවකයන්ගේ වැටුප් වැඩි කළ යුතුයි කියලා.
Minister of Telecommunication and Information Technology Ranjit Siambalapitiya says that the government has taken steps to expand the services rendered by the public through the 1919 Government Information Centre hotline. He made the statement at a media briefing held at the National Information Centre yesterday.
Minister of Telecommunication and Information Technology Ranjit Siambalapitiya participated in the media briefing following an inspection tour of the activities at the Government Information Centre.
We have responded to nearly 8 million queries by now. We have successfully provided answers to nearly 1.6 million people who called us on our hotline 1919 during the past year. We have also taken steps to provide application forms through the web. We will not be stopping here. We will be expanding our services through SMS systems by providing access to train time schedules and also the prices of commodities. Two persons have been arrested on charges of illegally selling cigarettes after smuggling them in packets brought from foreign countries. The arrest was made by the Anti-Narcotics Bureau attached to Valana Panadura.
One of the suspects were nabbed while in possession of 10,000 cigarettes in Mambulkoda, Kottava. The second suspect in connection with the incident was arrested along with 100,000 cigarettes in Alibomulla, Panadura after the first suspect was interrogated. The value of the stock of cigarettes stood at 3 million rupees. The suspects are due to be produced before the Panadura and Homagama Magistrates Court today.
A businessman was shot dead in the Puakpita area in Avisawela yesterday. The police say that the shooting was orchestrated by two individuals who arrived on a motorbike. The deceased has been identified as a 40-year-old resident of Kilingbedia, Puakpita. The body of the deceased is currently lying at the Avisawel hospital. Extensive investigations have been launched to apprehend the suspects who are still at large. Let's now take a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
The deep and shallow sea areas around the island and in the Bay of Bengal will be very rough at times. Further, the wind speed in the above sea areas can strengthen up to 60 to 80 kilometers per hour. Naval and fishing communities are requested to be vigilant in this regard. Strong winds can be experienced up to 50 to 60 kilometers per hour at times over the island too. I am duty forecaster PD Ananda Pereira.
Taking a look back at one of our local stories for this afternoon, the Sri Lanka Journal of Health Policy and Management was launched in Colombo yesterday under the auspices of Minister of Health Maithripala Sirisena. The event held at the Lakshman Kadurugama Centre was organised by the Medical Administrators Forum of Sri Lanka.
වෛද්‍ය පරිපාලකයින් සමග වැඩ කරන්න ලැබිලා මට දැන් අවුරුදු 4.5ක් වෙනවා. මේ අවුරුදු 4.5
It has been 7.5 years since I began to work with medical administrators. During this period, I was able to fully understand who they are. You can interpret this in any way you want. Medical administrators have taught me a lot of things, and they have also proposed numerous things. They have also led me astray sometimes. Sometimes my workers tell me, what do you say? For instance, let him carry on and muck it up. I have never heard any of the administrators in any other ministry making such comments. When I received this ministry, I thought to myself, what I had was better, and why would I want to move to a new ministry? I felt that it was good to change ministries every 5 years. I met with 3 Mahanayakateros today, and we presented them with a diet created by several of our specialist doctors. When I presented this to a Mahanayakatero in Colombo, he went through it and asked me if I wanted to leave soon. I did want to leave soon, but I couldn't disregard the word of a Mahanayakatero, so I said I was not in a hurry. he said this to me: "This book contains a scientific diet for monks. But do you know how old I am? I will be 100 in a couple of months. I did not live this long by following this diet."
First up in sports news this afternoon, the Sri Lankan beach volleyball team was unable to qualify to the quarterfinals at the Asian Men's Beach Volleyball event. The round of matches of the Super 16 beach volleyball teams commenced today at the 17th Asian Games currently being held in Incheon, South Korea. Sri Lankan Vasantha Ratnapala and Jude Mahesh faced Alexander Divanko and Alexei Sirenkoto of Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan led the first round 21-12. The second round ended with Kazakhstan securing victory 21-11.
Another very nimble time.
Thereby Sri Lanka was unable to qualify to the quarterfinals of the event.
Sidorenko, Santa, Herrera stays alive here. Here goes Sidorenko, and that is the match. Push gathers real momentum, and winning straight sets over the.
In more sports this afternoon, Barcelona striker Luis Suarez played his second match for the club when he joined the youth team for a friendly against Indonesia alongside teammate Thomas Vermaelen. The 27-year-old striker scored twice as he helped them beat the Asian team with a 6-0 victory. Suarez, who made his debut with the first team in August, also a 6-0 friendly win over Mexican side Leon, remains banned from playing with the first team in official matches after biting Italy defender Giorgio Chiellini during a World Cup match. He was initially banned for 9 international matches, suspended from any football-related activity for 4 months and fined him 100,000 Swiss francs. In mid-August, the Court of Arbitration for Sport, also known as the CAS, upheld the ban but ruled Suarez would be allowed to train and attend matches. Well, thank you for joining us this afternoon on Lunchtime News. It was an absolute pleasure having you with us. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Joel Outscoon. Take care and good luck.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.